David, this is a story that I'm so happy to share. We love to bring stories like this to you. It involves a surprise knock at the door, a gift from strangers, a community who pulled together, and one little boy whose parents miss him very much. It's a special report called Giving Closure. Getting ready for the birth of a new baby, new parents start thinking in themes.
I would do the truck somewhere like it's in motion around it. Something.
Blue color palettes, tractors, and trucks. But this couple isn't getting help planning a nursery. Instead, they're selecting a headstone.
Wrapping around.
He was 5 months along when he passed.
Carson had trisomy 18, and it's a genetic disorder that the fatality rate is fairly high.
Despite the way it sounds, this story really isn't about death at all, but about the acknowledgement of life. It all started with a 14 News Facebook post back in early January, where we asked viewers a simple question: how would you spend a lottery jackpot? Hundreds of people dreamed aloud about vacations and paying off mortgages, even investing. And then there's David Hoskin's post.
I was at work when he posted that, and whenever I came home from work, he, read it to me. And
I would buy my son Carson the gravestone that he's needed. Mommy and Daddy love you.
Hour after hour, that post stayed up with not a single like, as David put it, but the post did not go unnoticed. That very afternoon, a small group of 14 News Facebook fans had hatched a plan to pool their money and buy Carson Hoskins a headstone. They let me in on their plan, and the very next day we started checking prices, dropping a line to, among others, Nicole Stodgel.
And I initially thought that, I just felt bad for him, from a mother to a mother. Just hearing their story and knowing that they lost their son in 2010, it's now 2014, and he doesn't have a stone. That family deserves, to have a stone for their son.
The stone, the setting, Monumental Memories offered to donate it all, and that night we arrived unannounced at Lindsay and David's door. David, I'm Jackie Monroe from 14 News. Do you remember this post you answered on our Facebook page? I'm here because I have something to share with you. Your son will be getting a headstone. A few days later, a custom piece had been chosen and ordered. Blue pearl for Carson, just like his parents wanted.
We've just been talking how surreal it is that it's actually happening, because it's been a real big burden on my heart, that
Absolutely.
That he isn't noticed there. Something like this, it means a lot. And something that we haven't been able to do.
You'll never 100% have closure, but it'll help you say, he is here.
Right.
This is Carson, Carson's here.
Well, no one on Facebook likely won any prize money from that Mega Millions drawing that inspired the original post. David and Lindsay say, in a way, they feel they've won.
It's huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was very good and blessing surprise.
Cheese.
Lindsay and David told me that night that we surprised them long after we'd left. They kept looking at each other and say, did that just happen? And it took the right people willing to say yes and make that happen. And I do have to say, I love the way it turned out for them.
Now we're talking about closure, so when does this headstone arrive?
Oh, yeah. This headstone is being made right now. It's custom piece, and it will arrive, they think, late March, end of March, early April, and it's blue stone just like they wanted, and so it will be placed there over here at Alexander Memorial Cemetery, hopefully this spring when things begin to thaw too, and so we will definitely keep you posted on that.
All right, thanks, Jackie.